digital technology. We all know that we are in a digital era, and we have to use them very effectively, efficiently, in order to address or provide solutions to our problems. So it's a very good opportunity, and I'm privileged to introduce Mr. Tharusha Wanigasekara. He is the unit manager, Digital Innovation and Inclusion at Digital Texhnology Private Limited Company, and he is also has done a lot of digital solutions for various exam problems. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanical Engineering from Midwestern State University, USA, and he's a certified Scrum Master. So he has a lot of experience there. So over to you, Mr. Tharusha. So on behalf of the organizers, may I apologize for the wrong name and designation there. So I think it has to be corrected. Yeah.
Just to say something, this is where you go wrong when you use technology, copy and paste. Huh? You are carrying the same destination from the previous speaker.
Thank you for the organizing committee for giving us this opportunity. So I think my introduction was done. So I'm Tharusha from Dialogue. I'm from Group Sustainability itself. So my topic today is basically how we can use technology to drive powerful messages, creating awareness as well as behavioral change, right? So before I get to my presentation, before I get to my slides, I would like to speak a few words of why we have to do this, why this is important. So I think throughout these 2 days, yesterday and today, we have learned what is an injury, how important it is to prevent it, and how to create awareness, and how important is for all of us to come together to solve this problem. This is a major issue. We are losing lives for things like that we can prevent. So with that note, I want to discuss how private sector can make a change. Basically, coming from a telecommunication company, Dialogue Asia PLC, not just Dialogue, all the telecommunication companies, we reach out to people every day. We have access to send them a voice call, a message every day if there's an emergency. So utilizing this technology is very important. In terms of Dialogue, we are reaching out to 17 million customers daily in Vietnam. 17 million customers are connected to our services. Not just, it can be internet, it can be Dialogue TV. So as a company, we feel responsible to make sure that we utilize these services to drive change as well. So, talking about these factors, now there are 17 million customers. How do we do it? I have two words. The name is digital inclusion. To make sure that whatever we do is accessible for everyone. So we have a framework we call the 4A framework that we follow for digital inclusion, which is availability, affordability, applicability, and affinity. This basically guides us when we do services like this to make sure that it is accessible for everyone, affordable for everyone, that they can use it at any time. So this is where this is how when we implement the services like this, and when we utilize our services to help the community, we make sure we look into this. So again, most of us now we have a supercomputer in our hands, right? Our smartphone. So the possibilities are endless with this small device. The smartphone penetration, being a telecommunication company, we have seen it has rapidly increased over time in all parts of the segment, not just in Colombo or the urban areas, but everywhere we have seen the smartphone penetration going high and the data usage going high. But there's a small problem. That is that people see this incredible device just as a communication device or an entertainment device, right? So that is the problem that we see, but we are trying to make sure that they see this as a livelihood device, a safety device, and for an assistive device for persons with disabilities, the opportunities are endless. If you think about it, this is a supercomputer that can do so many things. So I just want to talk about one project that we have done, which is Sairu, which I'm now coming to my presentation, where how we have used technology to drive change, to make behavior change, and also prevent injuries and save lives. So coming to my presentation, Sairu is a weather-based advisory service for fishermen. We are partnered up with the Department of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources and Department of Meteorology. So there we are not just giving this information, there's a regulatory body who enforces this information and makes sure it is on time and it is also correct and accurate. So starting off with the project, we didn't want to start off with an app. We know people use our services. The voice services reach out to more than most of the people. So we start off with a voice service and a message service, which is not just English. This is trilingual, free of charge, weather information, specific location based. We have segmented the country to 7 segments in the country where fishermen are at, and then we send location based weather information daily, as well as emergency information as well. So that's how we started off. We have reached out to more than 95,000 fishermen already. We launched this product in 2019. So throughout this 3-year process, we have sent more than 360,000 emergency warning calls, 5.2 million total number of SMSs regarding weather and emergency. As I said, we have reached out to more than 95,000 fishermen in the community. So in terms of the numbers, if you are not aware, so this was targeted to dayboat fishermen. Multi-dayboat fishermen, they do have the technology to prevent so many injuries. They have the sonars and the technology that needed to save their lives. But dayboat fishermen do not have access to this information at the right time. They might listen to the radio and get the information, but if there's an emergency, if they don't listen to it at the right time, their life might be in danger. So this is why we implemented a device for dayboat fishermen to provide accurate and information at the right time, creating awareness at the right time. So that's why we started Sairu. So I think to talk about the emergencies, the services that we have done, I think it's very important that we disseminate the information at the right time. So we were able to disseminate information during these cyclones, even at the Express Pearl accident. for them to create awareness. Okay, it's there. It is not safe to go out to the sea today. So things like that. So these are the numbers that we have created, sending the information to fishermen at the right time. So again, partnerships are very important. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. We have the technology, we are using it to create awareness, but we need our partners to help to make this cause a success. So not just the Department of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources and Department of Meteorology, we have all these partners helping out in some way to make sure that not just weather information is carried out. So how to save their lives, what are the precautions that they can take. So all of this information is sent to them through CSIRO. Again, thanks to our partners. So we started off with the voice services. I told you the affordability and availability. So if they don't have a mobile phone, or their literacy rates might be very low. So that's where we started off the CSIRO TV, making sure that we have a CSIRO TV embedded in each harbour. If they don't have a phone, they can get to know at the emergency services at the harbour. They can come and see at the harbour. So these TVs are updated daily at 4 p.m. and updated through the department. The information is taken and updated through the department. This is not something that we do manually for each TV. This is handled by Wi-Fi through a centralized system. So the technology is used and optimized so that it is accurate and it is updated frequently. So if you see the color coding, I think that's where the simplification. Digitization is good, using the technology is good, but if it's not simplified so that the people won't understand it, that's bad. So that's where if their literacy rates are so low, we have used the color codings as well, so that if the green, they know by default it's okay to go. If it's yellow or amber, danger might be there, red not to go. Things like that, we have simplified it so much so that our customers get the accurate information, which is very vital. So in terms of putting up the TV, so we have so far at 10 harbours we have done it. We want to carry this out for other harbours as well, make sure that we carry out this project. So in terms of available of funding, right now we have done 10, but we want to do more in the future. So why stop there? We know the smartphone penetration is going high. We know the data usages are going high. So we thought of getting an app as well. So we are ready to launch the CSIRO app next week, within the next 2 weeks, where now they can do various things. The app will be, through the app, the weather services will be free, but they will pay a small amount. Again, affordability is something that we look into, where through the app they can use other services like marking their route. So as I said, utilizing that supercomputer so that they have all the equipment that a multi-boat day fisherman has. Now they have GPS. Now they have a way to notify if they are in a cellular coverage. These day boat fishermen normally go fish in 20 to 30 nautical miles, where most of our signal covers not all the areas, but to some level 20 nautical miles is covered through our cell towers. So if they have the signal, they can use this emergency beacon to notify their emergency contacts. So things like that are now available through this smartphone app. So this is what we have done through the CSIRO app, which is we are launching pretty soon. So I think talking about all of these, we have seen people using the technology, making it as I said, making the smartphone a livelihood. We have heard that when the TV is switched off at the harbour or the TV is not functioning, we get calls saying we want this activated. So now they have made it a practice to check the weather or the warnings before going into the sea. So the technology has done a part where we have, through these simple technologies, we have created a behavioral change. We have prevented injuries and saved lives. So even I think one testimonial as well before I finish my presentation. Few months ago, a customer came looking for a customer agent at Dialog, said, "Sairu saved my life." So he got the emergency information at the right time. Because of that, he was able to save his life, because otherwise he would have gone into the sea and lost his life. So this is the power that we have to make a right change, save lives, and prevent injuries as well. So, simple. To conclude my presentation, simplicity, digitization can make a big change, and driving digital inclusion is very important. Thank you.